Welcome to our YouTube channel.
My name is Asmi.
And I'm Roger.
And welcome to Roger and Ismi Vlogs. So for today's topic is things to know before visiting the Philippines.
Okay, before we start, maraming salamat po sa inyong suporta o pagkigugma sa among channel.
Thank you so much for your support and love. So if you're new to this channel, don't forget to click the like button, share, and ring the notification bell for new updates or new uploads.
Yes, thank you so much. And now, without further ado, let's start. And we have some points here that you need to remember. The things to know before visiting here in the Philippines. So, the first one is brace yourself for the heat and humidity.
Yes, next is know which season your trip falls on.
And the third one is be apt equipped.
Yeah, application quip. Oh. Next is ask about the public transportation.
Yeah, because that would be really important, right? If you are here in the Philippines, you need to ask like the public transportation. And then the next one is keep packet change.
Yeah, so it's a necessity, guys. You need to keep your change because if you would have big bills, you would have a lot of change in your pocket, and that's heavy. Yeah.
Like you should require or have a Philippine money.
True. Next is know know where you okay. Know where you want to go.
Okay, right. So before visiting here in the Philippines, you should have like a sort of list where you want to go or like best places you have in your list because if you have to plan it here in the Philippines, so I think that would be a bit hard or tough to pick one. So especially if you are here in the Philippines already, because we have like more than 7,000 islands in the Philippines. So much better for you to have the list.
True. Next is interact with the locals. So this would be necessary, guys, because the locals know what is the fare.
True. So next one is each province is different. Okay, we have to discuss that later on. So now let's go back to number one.
Yeah, so number one is brace yourself for the heat and humidity. Because as you already know this, guys, like Philippines is a tropical country. So you already know and you already expected it that it would be hot.
Yes, we only have two seasons here in the Philippines, which is wet and dry. So dry season that would be falls usually starting November to October, and then the wet season that would be usually starts June to October, but it really depends, may vary.
Yes, because there are sudden naturally aspect that can really change because of course we have a lot of climate change right now.
Yeah, climate change. That's I think pretty normal nowadays, but yeah, those are like usually like the dry and the wet season here in the Philippines or rainy season.
Yes, true. My advice is you need just to be updated on the local news of that specific country, especially in the Philippines. So if you are updated, you would really know what will be the weather that will be at that month that you'll be choosing your trip.
Yeah, but some cases also, even if you coming here in the Philippines like during dry season, but you need to expect that there will be some typhoons right now. Supposed to be summer, but there's like two typhoons here in the Philippines, so you need to consider that as well. And speaking of dry season, if you will be coming here during like summer vacation or summer or dry season, it's better to wear like light clothes or loose clothes. That will be your friend, because if you will wear like really thick, so that would be really tough and it's really hard.
True. Talk about a sweat, guys. Um, that's the reason why most of Filipinos would just wear t-shirt. Some Filipinos just wear like spaghetti straps, the one that I'm wearing right now, because yeah, the temperature here is pretty hot. Um, and as well as if you are a first timer here, you need to be app equipped, application equipped.
Okay.
So it's like you would need to know the application that you can use in the Philippines. Grab, Uber, those are the major or the most important application that you need to install in your phone.
Yeah, especially if you are in Cebu, Manila, or big cities. That would be really helpful, especially if you are not familiar with jeepneys or like streets. You know, much better to take Grab, Uber. That would be much more safer, but a little bit pricey. But in terms of safetiness, that would be really good. And also, not only about transportation, but you can also have it in your phone, like booking.com, um,
Agada.
Agoda, Airbnb, Traveloka, because this might gonna help you to book your hotel, your flights if you will go to other places or other cities. So much better for you to book it online than at the hotel directly, because tendency there, if you're going to book it to the hotel directly, there will be a possibility that you might or can get the expensive room, which is um, yeah, like let's say for example exclusive or executive room, even though they have like available for a regular room, but the what they call this, the front desk will say the only available room right now is executive, so much better for you to book it online, because that will be much more reliable and you can get the exact price.
True. And you could also get discounts.
Exactly.
Yes. Next is ask about the public transportation. So talk about public transportation, guys. You need to know what is the common public transportation in that specific island. Because in here in San Carlos, the most common public transportation here is only tricycle, motorcycle. There's no taxi here. There's no jeepney.
Yes, so much better for you to ask also the local, because they much more like they have more knowledge or knowledgeable in terms of local transportation. Yeah, that would be a good idea when you ask to the locals, because they can give you exact information or information what are those like specific transportation that you will be taking.
True. Aside from that, it would be related to the public transportation. You need to keep your your coins with you, guys. Because if you would bring big bills, you would expect that your pocket would be heavy, full of coins.
Yes, and you have to like have a Philippine money, because that would be really important, right? So, because we never know, you don't have enough like Philippine money here in the Philippines, and you only have like your money, so or your currency in your pocket. So that will be really hard, because there are some places or cities that you can't find any like money changer, right?
Yes, true. So you need to adapt on the money here. Not all stores here too can accept your credit card, debit card, or whatnot.
Yes, and well, you can find what do you call this, money changer in malls, especially, But just in case, much better to have like enough Philippine money in your pocket.
Yeah, that don't bring a huge amount, just money that you can say that it's just a little for you.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, because pickpocketers here in the Philippines is quite often in the streets.
Yes, and the next one is you should know where to go. So, like I said earlier, you have some like list of places so that you have options to go. Because that would be before visiting the Philippines. Because if you are here in the Philippines and then that's the time that you have to list some places, that will be like a little bit tough because a lot of places or islands here in the Philippines that you can go. So much better to have some list before coming here in the Philippines. Like, what would be the best place for me or the best place to go. Let's say, for example, Davao or Cebu or Dumaguete. So those are like good places to visit here in the Philippines. I think
And at the same time, while you're doing your travel, interact with the locals. Locals can really be your friend and can guide you to what you need to do, because they know the specific fare, they know which route you need to take, because some actually drivers would try to prolong your travel.
yes, especially if they know that yeah, you have money, you have enough money, you can pay this amount. So I think much better for you to ask the locals, and the locals will help you the direction and the fare, especially for like buses, jeepneys, ferry. So those are like common transportation here in the Philippines. If you want to go to other places or other cities, and aside from that, also aside from the list, like I said earlier, from the places where you want to go, you have locals. I mean, the locals will be your friend to, like I said earlier, to give you a direction or the amount of fares, for example.
Yes, it's better to interact with them, guys, because they would really help you. They would really guide you in terms of the fare, especially the fare, because some actually manipulates the fare. They would try to,
Like skin tax.
yeah, skin tax. That's existing here in the Philippines. I know that skin tax is also existing in other country, and it's also existing here in the Philippines.
Yeah, also exist here in the Philippines,
Yes.
and not really avoid that in the Philippines, which is not really good behavior, but yeah, sad to say, still exist here in the Philippines because that's the way that they can also get, a good or have money for the day. Especially they can see a foreigner, so they will take advantage. But not all drivers, not all drivers here in the Philippines are like that.
Yes, and last but not the least, each island is different.
Yeah, true. So um, maybe you can say maybe here in the Philippines or in the Philippines, language or food is same, but that's not true. It's cities or each provinces, they have their own, let's say, language. So for example, Cebu, Manila, Bacolod, so have different language and also food.
Yeah, true. Especially the language. We have different language here, not just Cebuano, not just Bisaya, and not just Tagalog. There's a lot. So each island is unique. And that's the reason why you need to tour around here in the Philippines to know which specific island you want to retire or have your vacation.
Right. So I think those are the points that you need to remember. Okay, so hopefully that will be helpful to you guys and give you some tips also before coming here in the Philippines.
Yes, guys. So thank you so much for watching this till the end. And I hope to see you in our next vlog.
Bye.